The error of the primacy of praxis as it is exercised today appears clearly in the privilege accorded to tactics over everything else. The means have become autonomous to the extreme. Serving the ends without reflection, they have alienated themselves from them. Thus, everywhere discussion is called for, certainly initially out of an anti-authoritarian impulse. But discussion, which, by the way, like the public sphere, is an entirely bourgeois category, has been completely ruined by tactics. What discussions could possibly produce, namely decisions reached from a greater objectivity to the extent that intentions and arguments interpenetrate, does not interest those who automatically, and in completely inappropriate situations, call for discussions. Each of the hegemonic cliques has prepared in advance the result it desires. Discussion serves manipulation. Every argument, untroubled by the question of whether it is sound, is geared to a purpose. Whatever the opponent says is hardly perceived, and then only so that the formulaic clichés can be served up in retort. No one wants to learn experience, insofar as experience is still possible at all. The opponent in a discussion becomes a functional component of the current plan, reified by the reified consciousness malgré lui-même. Either these cliques want to make him into something usable by means of engineered discussion and coerced solidarity, or to discredit him before their followers, or they simply speechify out the window for the sake of publicity to which they are captive. Pseudo-activity can stay alive only through incessant self-advertisement. If the opponent does not concede, then he will be disqualified and accused of lacking the qualities presupposed by the discussion. The concept of discussion is cleverly twisted so that the opponent is supposed to let himself be convinced. This degrades the discussion into farce. Behind this ploy lies an authoritarian principle. The dissenter must adopt the group's opinion. The unresponsive ones project their own unresponsiveness upon whomever will not let him be terrorized. With all this, actionism acquiesces to the trend it intends or pretends to struggle against. The bourgeois instrumentalism that fetishizes means because its form of praxis cannot suffer reflection upon its ends.